YouTube viewers, Rectangular back with another haul video. Now, most of you are probably scratching your heads and saying to yourselves, this is not a toy or an action figure. But as many of you may have seen in one of my previous videos, I think it's called Hunting at a Thrift Store, I found this gigantic dollhouse that works perfectly with Marvel Legends, since most dollhouses are 1/12 scale or 6-inch scale, same thing. And I've been fixing it up piece by piece, and needed a cap for the very top of the tower piece, and I found a knob of some kind, like a knob for a cabinet door, but it was a little bit small, and I always wanted to get a weather vane to stick on the top, and that's what this is. This is a 1/12 scale weather vane for dollhouses. I found this on eBay. I think I paid $13 for it, which is pretty good. The cheapest one I saw after that was shipping was $19, so I saved about $7. It's a little bit beat up, but not bad. You know, it's got all the different directions. The end is a little bit squished, but most of the ones I've seen, even in the package, are like that. So I'm kind of afraid to heat it up and bend it down a little bit, especially when you're hardly ever going to see it. And it's a little bit on the wobbly side, but I think they're all kind of like that. You know, it's not like I'm going to be moving it around a whole lot, but yeah, it's going to look, I think it's going to fit perfectly on top of that tower of the dollhouse. I haven't tried to put it on there yet, just been really busy, but pretty sure that the dimensions are going to work out perfectly, so very, very happy about that. And these things are actually pretty hard to find. This company is no longer in business, or they no longer make this line of miniatures. So I think I've been looking pretty much since I got the dollhouse, which was several months ago. So yeah, not too shabby. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Next up from Hasbro, we have US Agent. Now, many of you may remember this is from the Epic Heroes wave, or what Shartimus Prime likes to call the Build-A-Base wave, where we didn't get a Build-A-Figure, which was sad, but hopefully the cost cutting led to them continuing the line, because they've been teetering on bankruptcy for about a year now. So we still haven't seen the running changes from that line. Still, everybody would like to see the Blade and the Danny Moonstar, and I am looking for the Red Deadpool from that wave. Anyway, so I've been passing on this figure for a long time, and I'm actually surprised that he is still, I wouldn't say hard to find, but it's hard to find for a decent price, for retail price. Usually people want like between $21 and $23 of shipping, mint on card. I believe he still is on Hasbro Toy Shop, so with shipping it's like 21 and change. But I just needed him to try to build my West Coast Avengers, and since I already have a Bucky, I didn't need him to be complete. This one came without the weapons, without the knife or the pistol, but since I already have two Buckies, I can just take the weapons from one of my Buckies and give it to him when I actually do need to pose him with the weapons. As many of you know, it's ridiculous that they didn't give him a holster for the knife or the pistol. So I don't know, it's kind of silly that you got to have him holding the weapons all the time anyway. So he's in really good condition. The only thing I noticed that he's got is a little bit of a paint scuff on the ab crunch there, both in the red and in the white area. Other than that, his joints are nice and tight. Don't really see any paint defects. I think there's a little bit of over paint there on the mask with his flesh tone. Nothing that I can't fix. Yeah, nothing special. You know, if you have a Bucky cap, same figure, just different paint job. It's really too bad that he didn't end up being a peg warmer, because it's such an awesome base body, and you know, and he's all black, even more so than the Bucky cap, because Bucky's got all that blue paint on the shoulders that you would have to either paint over or scrape off. So yeah, pretty happy. I paid $15 with shipping for him, so not bad. I would prefer for him to be complete for that price, but yeah, for some reason, I don't know if he was, I guess he was only one per case, so that must be why he's kind of hard to track down. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next item. Speaking of West Coast Avengers, I was able to hunt down the variant Spider-Woman from the M.O.D.O.K wave. This is the Julia Carpenter version. She is actually pretty damn hard to find, especially in good condition, and for under $30 with shipping. I was lucky enough to find a friend of mine, ES13, who happened to have this with some slight damage. Her wrist is missing a chunk of plastic on it, so it's a little bit delicate there, but it does peg on without too many issues. I don't know if you can see it's missing the inside of the joint there, so as long as I'm careful with her, she should be okay. I've thought about trying to get another figure that has this hand, like a Invisible Woman, or I was looking at the White Queen, Emma Frost, but I think the pegs on that Emma Frost are actually bigger than the pegs on her, so not sure if that would work. I gotta check with my buddy Billy Mahoney and see what he thinks, but not too worried about it. You know, it's as long as I'm careful, which I'm careful with all my figures, I think it will hold up pretty well. And I've thought of a couple different methods that I could use to basically put like an O-ring there to kind of give it some more support. But yeah, I'm really happy, so thank you so much, ES13, for hooking me up. Gave me a really good deal on her, so very, very happy. And yeah, I'm one step closer to actually with the US agent. I am now done with my West Coast Avengers, at least the team that I wanted to set up with War Machine and like I said, US Agent. I'm trying to remember who else is on that team. Oh, I think Vision, and I want to say Wonder Man. Oh, and I can't remember who else. So anyway, thank you again, and yeah, let's go ahead and check out what else I got. Here we have the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Thunderbolts box set. I already had this. The first one I got from Solid Snake, and if you watched my previous haul videos, you saw that I got the Luke Cage and a loose moonstone from various sources, and I really just wanted more of the female body mold figures to use as customs, and I had been watching Hasbro Toy Shop, their website, and was lucky enough to snag this online. So unfortunately, with Hasbro Toy Shop being in California, I did have to pay tax for it, but yeah, it's still a pretty damn good deal without, you know, having to leave the comfort of my home. So I just sold the Luke Cage to J.C. Cortez, and I will be selling the Crossbones and the Ghost. Solid Snake is going to be selling another Ghost and both the female figures from an extra set that he got. He's going to be selling those to me, so I don't need a third Ghost, and don't need a second Crossbones. Actually, that would make my third Crossbones, considering I have the one from the Ares wave. So, yeah, happy to have these. Those female body sculpts are amazing, and since we don't know what the future of Marvel Legends is going to be, I figured I better snag these while I could, since, you know, we just don't know what characters or what figures we are going to be getting in the future, if any. As far as, you know, we know they could cancel the line tomorrow. So, alright, let's go ahead and move on to the last item. Last but not least, we have the M.O.D.O.K Build-A-Figure made by Toy Biz. Now, this is a figure that I've been passing on for quite a while, and I've probably come the closest to assembling this figure more than once. About the only thing I didn't have at one time was the head, and I think I've had both arms. So I think maybe just the head is the only piece that I never had. So of all the Toy Biz waves, I probably have the most figures from this wave that I received mint on card. Actually, whatever piece comes with Moon Knight, I never had that piece either. I think that's... no, I did have the control panel. So whichever piece that is, I think it's one of the arms, was probably the only piece that I was missing to build him. And I have sold a lot of these parts to my friend AJ Frost, so he's pretty close to building his M.O.D.O.K, but I really am impatient when it comes to Build-A-Figures. About the only one that I've built, I built two. I built the Ironmonger and the Rocket Raccoon by buying the figures to build him, but otherwise I've just, all my other BAFs I built they were just missing one piece, and then I had the piece to complete it, like a Nihilus. He was just missing the arm, which I already had, or the wing, one of the wings, which I already had, so I was able to complete that. But anyway, most of the time I just end up buying the BAF complete because I don't have the time or the patience to try to piecemeal them together. So anyway, it's a pretty damn cool figure. You know, it's not super articulated. He's got these, you know, little legs and the little arms, and he does spin around on this kind of display stand. We were talking about, AJ and I were talking about having him not on the little flame effects, which I haven't figured out if you can pop that off without breaking it, to just have him landed, because it just seems kind of silly that he's always going to be hovering. But yeah, basically, once I saw that we were finally getting to, hopefully going to be able to get some AIM soldiers next year with the Captain America wave, that I figured I'd go ahead and get M.O.D.O.K. He's probably one of my least favorite villains and least favorite Build-A-Figures, just because he's just so cartoonish, just that really unrealistic gigantic head. It's just, I'm more of a fan of realism, even in science fiction. I guess it's probably because I grew up on the original Star Trek series, but just something about a guy with a freakishly huge head like this just kind of, I thought was goofy, so that's one of the main reasons I passed on him. But like Solid Snake was telling me, he has been in some pretty significant events in the Marvel Comics, so he is pretty kind of an essential villain to, especially for Captain America. So I decided I better go ahead and get him while he was somewhat affordable. I got him on eBay for $35 shipped, which is pretty good. A lot of people typically ask $40 and up for him with shipping, and in fact, right before I pulled the trigger on this guy, I hit up somebody on Facebook who had him, and they wanted $40 shipped, and they weren't willing to come down any further, so I just got him on eBay and washed my hands. Now, the cheapest I have seen him go for, at least in the past few months, is like $26 with shipping. So if you're patient, you can find him for less than 35 or less than 30. But I would say, if you're impatient and just want to grab him, 35 is a pretty good deal. And this one is in really good shape. The only issue that he had really was the head stunk of cigarette smoke. So I put him in the freezer and washed him, and had to use Febreze on him several times. But now I can hardly smell any hint of cigarette smoke. So that seemed to have worked. Alright, well, hopefully you guys liked the video. You share with your friends. Please hit like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.